Rock Richards, I'm sorry. I'll jazz it up next time for you.
Best trainers.
Yeah. You guys are amazing. I want to bring this up. Casey, yes. JC Farina, it's a beautiful thing. There's a great comment here from Chaz. Very few promoters have a clue what the truth is. Some of them are auditioning for Dark Side of the Ring. There you go. What did you miss? You missed 3 handsome people here talking to you, Michael Rubin. That's what you missed, but you can go back and replay that, I'll tell you. I got to ask Big Steve a question here because we're going to be bringing you back a lot. I want to ask you a question, though. As a bounty hunter, as someone who excelled in that career, would you actually pay me? Would you pay me money to get rid of this guy over here?
You shouldn't at all get rid of this guy.
One thing I have is a lot of loyalty. You got a long way to go.
You know,
loyalty here.
You know,
but don't
trying to get rid of the guy.
Circle. You're on your way.
Trying to get rid of the guy.
It breaks my heart. He feels that way. But Big Steve, it's an honor to meet you. You know, any friend of Paul Roma is an amazing person to me.
Nice to meet you.
And
here we go.
Big Steve, is there any way that we could you could put a bounty hunter on David Holliday, who stars on the Green Room show on Saturday? He's the one who
doesn't know what you're talking about, Howard.
I mean, that's okay. But if you want to sign this petition as well to get rid of David Holliday from the WWAB podcast,
hey, Big Steve, you can ignore him. The rest of us do. Just you can ignore the guy.
He's the one that attacked me with this right here, and he needs to go away. He's poison. So that'd be great if you could do that.
What do you want from him? You want him to sign a petition?
Yeah, if you could just maybe reach out and anyway, you know, just reach out, and I think he could grab it. You know, we got Paul Stench to sign. He's a great guy, good friend of mine, and Sammy Spleen.
Sammy Spleen. These aren't real names, Howard.
Yes, they are. Okay, they gave me social security numbers too. Okay.
Big Steve, do you want to waste your energy and time on Howard Collado? If you do, the floor is yours. I don't know it's yours. I have nothing else to say to this guy. Avi, get your crazy dog in line. The yapping is giving me a migraine. You're right, Casey. Yeah.
Wow.
Go away, Howard. Put that on a T-shirt. That'll be on a T-shirt in 2021. Go away, Howard.
Wow. Don't listen to Big Steve.
Big Steve, do you want to? If I paid you a certain amount of money, would you get rid of Howard for me? Put him away.
There's no need to.
No.
Nice meeting you.
All right. We have new viewers here
Paul
coming in.
told you, I got a big heart. I'm not into that stuff. I don't do that.
No. All right. Well, Howard doesn't have a big heart. Howard has no heart.
Right
it's
now,
in my name,
right
hardcore.
Now, money's getting a little tight, so maybe you could call me on the phone later on.
Okay. I will. Well, you know what? If you know a good shrink, maybe I could use one. I got to deal with this knucklehead every day, so if you know a good shrink, that would help. Paul Roma's been campaigning behind the scenes to get rid of Howard as well, so it's kind of a joint effort over here.
Just sign right here. That's all.
All right, thanks. There it is.
This is not your segment, Howard Collado. We don't want you. We don't want your kind over here, Howard Collado, the annoying kind. Big Steve, thank you so much for joining us. I want to let you know that just the fact that you guys are doing what you're doing in PAPW, you already know the following, but this is family as well. This show is family, and you're always welcome. As a matter of fact, I want to actually have a 1-week segment that we actually honor PAPW, talk about PAPW, bring up some news related to PAPW. We will have a segment weekly on PAPW. Big Steve, the floor is yours. Anything you want to let the viewers know, Paul, myself, the floor is yours, my friend. Take some time, I think. Yeah.
You got to say something, Paul?
No, I'm waiting on you.
No, the floor is yours, Big Steve. The floor is yours.
You.
I can't. No.
Hashtag dead air.
I just want to say, Paul and Mario are terrific. They're great trainers. I mean, they're great guys. No, you can't hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You don't sound too convincing on that one.
Oh. Well, no, I didn't hear you. Paul and
Anything
Mario
you'd like
really
to tell the audience? It's up to you right now.
and,
Great show tonight. Thank you for that, Ed
everybody
House.
should watch our $4.99 PP.
Yes, I agree.
No,
Totally.
thanks for
Hey,
having
listen.
me on too.
Always. Listen, does the Pope have anything to say?
I like your show. Does a great job. You guys are good.
Thank you, Steve. We
Who?
appreciate that.
The Pope, does he have anything to say
Why
before
is
we
there
go?
such a
Delay?
oh yeah. God bless you, PAPW Avi.
Oh, from the Pope. From the Pope.
Pope.
Oh, we're getting. But
said God
the
bless
Pope
you
showed
guys.
up to our show tonight.
Yeah, we had the Pope.
Right from the
Yeah, you're
Pope.
right
How
about
many
that, Ed.
people can say that?
Not
I
many.
just want you to take a look. I just want you to just take a look at this office. This office is full of things that people brought to me over the.
Right. Oh, I could tell. They got the Pope. Got a tree over there, a
Big
plant.
Steve running for mayor
Clock.
and state rep.
Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. I want to talk to you about that next time, actually, that
A
you're
lot
on.
of history in this office. A lot
Yeah.
of history in this office.
We're going to have a tour next time of the office. There's a lot of cool stuff there.
Oh, wow.
You're a cool guy. You're always welcome here. Thank you so much for joining us, Big Steve.
Well, everything in this office. Thank you, Avi. Thank you, Paul. Take it easy, guys. I'm gonna.
All right, we'll
God
see you
bless.
again.
Have a happy New Year.
Mario's here with a weed whacker. You too. Happy New Year.
Big Steve, guys. Appreciate him joining us. And Paul, he lived up to the moniker. He lived up to the moniker that you told me last week. This is one funny guy.
Oh my goodness, he doesn't stop. I swear he stays home for hours just writing this stuff down because he just like today, just today alone, we had a 3-way conversation, and we're just laughing. That's all it was. We're just laughing. You know
what, guys? That's what we bring you. Some great comments before we bring in our next guest, who's an unsung hero, the main event today. Thank you, Steve. Mrs. Hashtag Kelly has the hashtag the Pope maintaining the truth. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Big Steve. Yes, because this is Take Care, Big Steve. Michael Rubin, I did not miss that. I will get into that later, I promise you. Sesame Street drafted that petition from Howard Collado, from Archie Willoughby. I agree. Looks like it came out of Sesame Street. Great show tonight, Ed Hauser. A lot of new viewers. Thank you.
Thank you.
David doesn't need a petition. He has class. These guys, and we bring it all, guys. And you know what? The next person I want to bring in right now, Matthew McLaughlin. This is a new viewer, so maybe if you want to address this, Paul, because it's the first time he's watching. What were your best memories in WCW from Matthew?
Wow. Best memories. Well, I mean, tagging with Paul Orndorff was a great memory. I think that it was a little more laid back in WCW. So, the travel was a lot easier. At least I thought it was. Right. And, again, I had good times with Arn Anderson. Don't get me wrong. And I had good times with the Four Horsemen. I had good times with Steve Austin, Brian Pillman, Chris Benoit. They were great guys. At least to me, they were great guys. So until they did something, that wasn't so good, they were great guys to me.
Great to hear that. Michael Rubin, bring up your question again. I will bring it up before the show ends. Right now, I want to bring in somebody and yes, laughter is the best medicine, Mindy. You were right about that. I want to bring in an unsung hero. Mindy was an unsung hero on this show also. I want to bring in somebody that, to me, guys and gals, this guy epitomizes what an unsung hero is. This guy has quite the story. He's with us from Australia. The guy did not have to do this, but last year, before he became a firefighter, was inspired to actually help people. In Australia, they were dealing with brush fires. This man, on his anniversary, went out of his way to take care of some of those brush fires with others that he knew. Of course, he'll fill in the blanks and give us the details. I see his son Silas is there in the back also. I would like for him to unmute his microphone if he can, so I can bring him in. There we go. This guy's also someone, when we started out, man, Twitter, Instagram, you're awesome. Way down from down under. Shannon, how are you? Shannon and Silas, welcome to the show.
G'day, boys. Oh, hang on, we've got to sort ourselves out, Silas.
Good day, Shannon.
How are you, Paul? Nice to meet you. Avi, lovely to see you again. That blazer is
Hi, Silas.
amazing.
How are you?
Move over this way.
Are you afraid he's going to steal the spotlight? Well, get him in there. Huh? Let's see Silas.
Get over here. I can't be the
There
only
we go.
good one in here.
There you go.
Paul.
How are we?
Yeah, go ahead, Shannon, please.
Yeah. Look, for me, you know me, Avi. The whole word hero. It doesn't sit right with me for what I did. You know, I think it just sort of puts me in a more of a thing of a good friend. You know, like if let's just say, you know, Herc, his house was going to burn down, I'm sure Paul would be right there with him. So, you know, so there's me. I just got so basically I just did the assessment and we've just finished. So now I'm a rural firefighter. So yeah. That was, sort of like when you were in kindergarten and you got your certificate when you stood there like that. That's basically that photo there.
No,
So,
you're being really humble. But before we talk about the present, Shannon, let's talk about the past. A year ago, around this time in November, on your anniversary, I'm going to pull this photo down in a minute so people can see you right now, and Silas as well. On your anniversary, you actually went out of your way to take care of some of those brush fires. What inspired you to do that, Shannon?
Yeah, so basically on the day before my my anniversary, pardon me, we got a call from some friends. I'm on the mid-north coast of New South Wales here in Australia, and anyway, yes, I got a call off some friends that said, look, the fires are getting pretty bad. We might have to be evacuated. So later that night, obviously they got evacuated. So we had 20 people in our house at one time. That was the creepiest thing to walk up on, was come over the top of a hill, and that was absolutely crazy. Hi, Mindy, good to see you.
Looks like a horror movie.
Man, it was really crazy. It's one of those things, like, I'm scared to go into the ocean past here, but you could literally drop me at the bottom of that thing, then put me in the middle of that. Like, the middle of a fire is literally the scariest looking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, that's where the least, you wouldn't want to be there at all. Yeah. So anywhere else.
And a lot of people aren't privy to this, and that's why we want to have an international feel on these shows too. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, not just the U.S. And those brush fires, I remember reading about them last year. They were quite scary, and I think, again, you went out of your way to do that. Now, is that what inspired you to become a firefighter? That experience?
Actually, it was this guy. So this is where is it? So this is our captain. He actually died on the 13th of December, 3 weeks ago. We went to his funeral last Wednesday. So if anyone here is the hero, it was him. Like, he was the one that sort of inspired me to do this. It was one of those things where we rocked up and said, boys, can we help? And due to regulations and that, they said, we can't. And so we just went, and Avi's got a picture of the rig we put together, and we just came back and said, look, we're not going. So where do you want us? And it ended up being like that way, sort of thing. So there it is there. So they said, sorry boys, you can't help us. And we went, yeah, sorry boys, but we're not leaving. So we went and made that. It was a very effective fire vehicle, we'll put it that way. So but look, on the day that it happened, where they like to call it Black Tuesday up here, that was the 12th of November. So my one of my best friend's houses, while we were out doing all this, his house actually burnt down while we were out trying to save another house. And when we got back, they broke the news to him, and he just turned around and he said, I'm insured. Where's the next uninsured house at? And then we stayed there for 6 days after that. Like, didn't move. We just stayed, and even though we couldn't do the big things with the fire brigade at the time, we were just up and down the roads, just doing spot fires, things like that. So it was real crazy time. But in the end, I couldn't let these guys do another season by themselves, and not to sound disrespectful or anything, but when we got there, every single person had grey hair. Like, there was no one, my age, mid-30s or earlier.
I remember you telling me that was one of the selling points for you. You brought up an analogy on the phone earlier when we spoke. Just like knitting is something that isn't exactly commonplace in society today, you almost felt like there wasn't a young demographic that was interested in helping out the way that you are.
No, not at all. It feels like almost, and I think it all goes back to everything, even what Paul would experience with the wrestling school. This generation wants everything handed to them.
Paul, let me tell you something. I agree with what you said about Paul. I'm not teaching anymore because of that, Shannon. I'm not teaching because I'm handcuffed. You know what that is? That's the international sign of being handcuffed. I'm sure that's the same thing in Australia. They don't allow us to teach anymore because the last thing they want to do is make sure that we gain knowledge. They want to keep us in line. And I don't want to get on my soapbox over here, so I'm going to go back to you over here. I think it's inspiring that you actually put others first. I remember you told me that, if I'm not mistaken, about a month ago, you officially became certified as a firefighter. Am I correct? About a month ago?
Yeah. Yep. And then went to a fire. Like literally, I got accredited
Wow.
to be a